tonight I'm making Asian turkey burgers, and this is a recipe I got from a rack at the bariatric store that I go to. And here are the ingredients. 1 pound of ground turkey. I'm using ground dark meat turkey. For burgers, I'd rather have that than the white meat because it tastes a little funny when it's not like mixed in with something for me. And then a half a cup of chopped onion. It's underneath these bell peppers. I'm using red onion because that's what I had left. 3 tablespoons of chopped parsley. I don't have the fresh, so I'm going to use the dry. So I'll probably use a little less, maybe a tablespoon and a half of that. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. 1 minced bell pepper, and I know that's not really minced, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute the onion, bell pepper, and mushroom until it's a little bit soft. Now it doesn't call for mushrooms, but I had some, so I'm going to add chopped mushroom. These are just the button mushrooms, and I probably have maybe 3 there chopped up, but you know, you can add whatever that you have. And then next you need to have a half a cup of Walden Farms calorie-free Oriental Dressing. Well, I don't buy that because it has the sucralose in it, so I have the Whole Foods Market organic soy ginger vinaigrette dressing, and I think it's pretty much the same. Of course it's got more calories in it, so I'm not going to add as much. It calls for a half a cup, so I'm just going to probably add 1/4 of a cup of that because it does have calories in it. It has 50 calories for 2 tablespoons, so that's not that bad. Okay, next you need 2 teaspoons of minced ginger, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper, or you can add a little more like I will. And then you need 2 garlic cloves, and I have the minced garlic cloves that I get from Sam's, and I'm just going to use the equivalent to 2 cloves. So these are the ingredients, and now I'm going to make the rest. Okay, I'm going to saute these vegetables, not until they're really soft, but just until they have a little bit of softness, because when you mix them with the burgers, you don't want them to be crunchy. The recipe doesn't call for that, but I think I'll do that so that it will speed up the cooking process a little bit. Okay, while the onions and peppers and mushrooms are caramelizing, I'm going to add in the rest of the ingredients. This right here is the parsley, salt, and pepper. I've already mixed that together. I'm going to pour that in. Next, I'm going to put in the ginger. It calls for 2 teaspoons. I'm just using a regular teaspoon. Dump that in. Okay, now for the garlic, I'm going to put in, let's see what a clove is. Okay, a half of a teaspoon, so I'm going to put in a whole teaspoon. Now that is a heaping teaspoon that I'm using because I really like garlic. Okay, now that is what it looks like with that much in it. Okay, next we're going to do the Worcestershire sauce, and I'm just going to eyeball this 2 tablespoons because that's just what I want to do. I'm going to get you up here where you can see. 1, 2. Okay, there's that. Alright, now I'm going to get a tripod so I don't make you sick, but I don't have one tonight and I wanted to share this with you. The next thing is the low sodium soy sauce. I don't think I mentioned that, but you need low sodium soy sauce, and you just need about, let's see, 1 tablespoon of this. So again, there we go, about a tablespoon, and there we go. Okay. Next thing is the ginger soy vinaigrette, and I'm just going to put maybe not even 1/4 of a cup. This I am going to measure with this spoon. Let's see, I'm going to put a tablespoon. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put a tablespoon of that in, and that is 25 calories according to that. Okay, let's see. I believe that is all our ingredients except for the vegetables, and I'm letting them cool for just a second. But I'm going to add in, I haven't talked about this, but I'm going to add in some of the Bragg's amino acids. This is a spray. I found this at the store the other day, and I had to cut some things out because it was too long. But this is a liquid amino acid, all natural. You can add it to salads, dressings, soups, vegetables, stir fries, popcorn, gravy, sauces, whatever. And it has a really good taste, sort of like a soy sauce, but not really. I don't know. It's made from, let me read to you, vegetable protein from soybeans and purified water. That's it. And it has 160 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. And I'm just going to see, it's got a spray bottle on it, and I'm just going to spray a little bit just because I like the flavor of it. Okay, there we go. Now, that's what it looks like. I'm going to mix it all together, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is what it looks like all mixed up, and I'm going to make it into patties and put it in the oven. And now on the instructions it says to place in a nonstick skillet and, you know, cook over a medium heat, but I'm going to do them in the oven because I am making sauteed zucchini and squash to go with this because I'm not going to eat bread. I wanted to have a little something on the side. And Joe's having this for supper and for his lunch tomorrow, so I made a lot. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's all on the pan, my old raggedy pan. This made 6 burgers, and these are regular size burgers. I'm going to probably, I may be able to eat that one or maybe half of one. I'm not sure yet. But I just wanted to show you what they look like before I put them into the oven. I'm putting them on 350. And I'm going to cook them, I'm going to check it in 15 minutes to see how it goes. And I'll let you know exactly how long I cook them. But if you're cooking them on the stove, it'll be easier because you'll be able to see when they're done, you know, when it's white and it's not pink anymore. But since I'm doing the squash and the zucchini, I'm going to do it in the oven. Now, here's this. This is just a side I come up with. And all I put on this, I sprayed the pan, put the zucchini and squash in there. Then I put a little bit of garlic salt, and I'm going to put a little bit of the low sodium soy sauce, maybe about a tablespoon, just to tie it in with the Asian turkey burgers. Okay, this is the finished product. I taped it last night and for some reason deleted it, but I'm about to have this for lunch because it was so good. So that's why it doesn't look as great. But I cooked it on 350 for about 20 minutes. Is what it ended up being. So you can just, you know, keep checking it, make sure it's not pink, and make, you know, just cut it open a little bit like I did, make sure it's done. This piece right here is about 2 ounces, and last night I was able to eat 2 ounces of it, I guess because it's ground meat and it was moist. And then I had about 2 ounces of the zucchini and squash. So if you're going to cook these on the stove like the recipe calls, you can just spray it with some spray and just cook it like you would a hamburger patty. But in the oven, it did just fine. And it was really moist enough with just the tablespoon of the Asian dressing. So I wouldn't add the whole half a cup because I think it would be a little bit too wet and it wouldn't stick together as well. But and when the mushrooms and everything, it did really good, and it tastes really good. And it's got a lot of vegetables and stuff in it. But I have figured out the calorie content and the protein from the way I made it. So I will post that over to the side. So make this and let me know how you like it. I'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.